somebody's playing a cruel joke on me. It's 48 degrees. Welcome to November. Remember in August? August? What's August? Remember in August? September, October even? I was complaining about how hot it was. Whew. The cold has settled in. This is weird. Saturday and Sunday when I went out for my back-to-backs, it was like 58 degrees both days. It's 48 right now. It's only 2 days later. So, as you can see, got some cold weather gear on. So let's talk gear. Love this. This is my Nike running beanie. It's a real thin beanie. It's got a nice little ponytail hole in the back of it, so I don't know if it's men's gear, women's gear, both gear, whatever. I like it. I've had it for probably as long as I've been running. Well, at least as long as I've been running longer distances and running in the winter time, running outside in the winter. Love this thing. Gloves. These are Mizuno's. I like these because on this side of them, it's real thin, breathable. No real protection other than covering your skin. But on this side, it's like a windbreaker material. So whenever you're running, that keeps the wind off your fingers. So they're a good mid-weight or mid-temperature glove. Both the beanie and the gloves good for that. And other than long sleeves and long pants, that's the only cool weather gear that I have on right now. Also, as you may know or may have seen, it's the arm pocket. It's what I carry my phone in, and also what I carry, it's called Halt. It's called Halt. That's what it is. And it's pepper spray for canines, because living where I live, I've had a problem in the past. So I just carry it for safety's sake. So what am I doing today? That's right. 6 miles. Big surprise there, right? So here we go. Off to get a little bit of training in. Catch you in a bit. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm listening to the Disney Dish with Jim Hill and Len Testa. Len is about to tell us a story. I gotta cross the street. He is about to tell us a story of him testing Genie Plus. Len owns touring plans. He created that thing. So wait times, come on, I'm in the dark. Wait times, optimized touring plans, all data driven, all self-sourced data. He's worked decades building, and he's testing essentially effectively Disney's answer to what he's been doing. Him and the touring plans team has been doing for 20 years, close to 20 years. It's been a long time. This is what I want to hear. All right, we've gotten through the statement of fact period. So they actually tested 4 people at Hollywood Studios on one particular day. One of them chose an all Star Wars through Genie Plus, an all Star Wars preference. The other did a buy everything plan through Genie Plus. So bought Genie Plus, bought all of the individual attraction access rigmarole, and another one followed a touring plan, and Len did Genie Plus, or no, I'm sorry, did just Disney Genie, no Genie Plus. So going through the app and letting it choose your day. The touring plans person and the buy everything person saw the same number of attractions. However, the touring plans person waited roughly 45 to 50 minutes extra in line than the person who did the buy everything plan. The buy everything person waited, I think he said 69 or 79 minutes total for like 11 or 12 attractions. The Star Wars person saw the fewest with like 7, 6, I don't know. The numbers are hard. But Len said he saw 8 attractions, and I think he said he waited the least in line on average. However, what Genie recommended to him as a 40-something-year-old man were primarily kids rides, the lowest rated rides for somebody in his demographic. So Toy Story Mania, Alien Swirling Saucers, Disney Playhouse stage show, Beauty and the Beast stage show, you know, kid stuff that a single rider, middle-aged man isn't going to want to see. So it was very interesting what it chose for him to do. So that is his statement of fact section on Genie Plus individual access, individual attraction access. There's got to be a better name for that. Holy cow. So now he's going to go into opinion-based recounting of the day. This is what I am here for. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not backlit by the sun. I've got it at my face, so that looks a little bit better. Production value. 3 miles, 30 minutes, 50 seconds, because I stopped and talked. That's about a 10, I don't know, 12, 10, 15, 10, 20, yeah, 10, 15-ish per pace, or per mile pace rather. All right, excuse me. Initial thoughts, initial musings about Genie Plus, individual attraction access purchases. I'm gonna focus on Len first because he just did the straight up Genie app. He was in the park from 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. So 12 and a half hours, did 11, 12 attractions, something like that. Granted, he said he didn't wait long, but as a 40-year-old man, he rode 1 attraction before lunch, and he got to the park at 8:30. His initial, I think his initial attraction was Alien Swirling Saucer? I can't remember. It was some kiddie ride, some kiddie attraction. Then the app recommended that he go buy a droid. So 1 attraction, 1 upsell opportunity, and then the third thing it had him doing was eat lunch. So ride something, buy something, buy something is how he put it. From 8:30 until 11 o'clock, noon. And he said the gap there is that the app just expects that you're going to be there from open to close the whole entire day. It has no input field for you to say, I'm going to arrive at 10 and leave by 3, which Touring Plans does do. I am not paid to say this. And prioritization is what he said was also a big miss, a big swing and a miss there, because as a 40-year-old man, which I am as well, it, you know, steered him towards Lightning McQueen stage show, Beauty and the Beast stage show, Playhouse Disney, or whatever the heck that is called now, stage show, Movie Magic, Muppets, you know, all of these attractions that the only reason that they're suggesting them is to disperse crowds away from the popular attractions. So if you're paying for Genie Plus, individual attraction access, you're giving the company money and doing them a service by distributing the crowd throughout the park. And then the people who aren't paying and are using, you know, the Genie standard service, they're getting shuffled off to these secondary, tertiary attractions, regardless of how they laid out their day. So, you know, he went in and selected, hey, I like Tower of Terror, I like Rock and Roller Coaster, I like, you know, Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run. And it seemed to purposely, intentionally ignore those requests. So that's not a shining example of how to maximize your day, and you're paying for that if you do Genie Plus individual attraction access. The other thing was that he was there for 12 and a half hours. He rode 11, 12 rides. Granted, he said he didn't have to wait terribly long for them because nobody's going to him. So he had a lot of downtime. You know, he said he was doing a lot of sitting around time for those 12 and a half hours, which he would not have done, you know, had he chosen his own path or, you know, used touring plans. And then about the buy everything pass, the buy everything plan, that person, you know, did, you know, come out ahead as far as what she wanted to accomplish and what she was able to accomplish, and the amount of time that it took her to do that. Now, he said she spent over $40 in total for the day. Touring plans, last time I checked, was $20 subscription for an entire year. It's hard to argue with those numbers. And it's hard to argue that if you think that they're putting this service out here to benefit you, you are sorely mistaken. It is only for the benefit of them, of the company, to make money and to artificially distribute people throughout the park. And that's all I had to say about that for now. I'm gonna finish running. We've got 6 miles this evening at 1 hour, 5 minutes, 28 seconds. That's a 10-minute, 54-second pace on average. Did a lot of talking. And to recap, if there's one thing that I want you to take away from the conversation that we had, is don't give Disney $40 per person per day just to save a little bit of time in lines. Go and buy yourself a subscription to touring plans at touringplans.com for 20 bucks, and it's good for the whole entire year. Use it as many times as you want in those 365 days. I am done for the evening. I'll be back out sometime this week. Don't know when. Maybe Thursday, maybe not. Stay tuned and find out. I'll let you know. Hello, and we are back. It is Thursday, November 4th. And if you can't tell by my tone, I really don't feel like running today. But I should, and I am going to, because I do need to keep the legs loose and limber. I looked up what the weekend has in store for us, and that's 17 miles. So there is something to be said about rest, but there's also something to be said about being prepared. And I'm going to err on the side of being prepared. So I'm running, doing another 6 miles today. It's still cold. It's not as cold as it was the other day, so I probably wouldn't need the beanie or the gloves, but I'd rather have the cold weather prep and not need it than need it and not have it. That's my philosophy. That's a lie, it's not mine. Somebody else made it up. So I'm gonna do these 6 miles, and probably at the end of it, I'm gonna be better for it. So I'll check back in with you in just a little bit and let you know how I'm doing. See you then. I had to move slightly into the shade. It's very bright. The sun is quite low. So that's the 3 mile mark at 29:13, which is like a 9:10 pace, something like that. Somewhere in that vicinity. Yep, the sun's getting pretty low. That's because daylight saving time ends this Saturday evening / Sunday morning. That's right, we're falling back. We get an extra hour of sleep Saturday night, but we sacrifice an hour of daylight every day thereafter. So yeah, it's gonna get dark earlier. Gonna have to figure out something to illuminate myself as I go out on these runs, because not all of them are gonna be in the sun anymore in the daytime. It's gonna be a little bit of game of a daytime. Nighttime. Let's talk about my unintentional 2019 Walt Disney World Marathon shirt theme this week. I really like the shirts from the 2019 marathon and Dopey and all of those races. I think that was the last or one of the last years that Champion made the shirts, and I really liked the Champion shirts. They're very comfortable. They have a very nice fit to them. The material, the fabric is very soft, and they changed it, I think, to a, I don't know, it's unbranded, no name, and the fit is mostly the same. The material is not nice, not as nice, not soft. Might be a pipe dream, but I hope they go back to Champion. Taking it easy, trying to hold back and relax, not overdo it, kind of get some practice in for the 17 miles this weekend, so I don't go out there and just blow myself up. Need to make it the whole way, and that's what I'm doing right now. A little bit of practice. It makes better. See you in a bit. Well, that's finished. It's about the best thing I could say about it. Didn't feel great. But it was 6 miles and 1 hour, 3 minutes, 49 seconds at the 10-minute, 37 average pace. Like I said, not that great. But am I glad I did it? Not really. Am I mad I did it? Not really either. 17 miles on probably Saturday. It's the only opportunity I really have to get it in. So stay tuned for that disaster. See you then. Hello and welcome to this beautiful Saturday. It is Saturday, November 6th. It is 55 degrees. I'm wearing long sleeves with shorts. And the only reason I'm wearing long sleeves is to stick with the 2019 Run Disney shirt theme. I'm doing it for you. You, the viewer. Big day. It's a big weekend for Run Disney. This is the return of Run Disney after pandemic shutdowns, lockdowns, whatever. It is Wine and Dine weekend at Disney World. And there are runners there right now. They did the 5K yesterday morning, the 10K was today, tomorrow is the half. And so far, what I'm seeing online, everybody is having a great time. So that makes me excited. Excited for our trip in January. It's a big weekend for me as well. This is a 17-mile run today. So what I've been doing on my long runs is not just going straight out half the distance that I need to and then straight back, which is something. That's a strategy that I used to do. I used to employ. I'm not doing that this year. Just psychologically, I don't want to get too far away. I don't know. Just makes it, breaking it up into smaller chunks, I think, is what makes it feel more manageable. That's probably it. So that's my thought process as it's happening out loud. So what I'm going to do, I think, for this 17-mile run today, and by I think, that's what I'm going to do, is go out 6 miles and come back 6 miles, and that'll give me my first 12. And then all I have to do is go out 2.5 and back 2.5. So if, like I said, if you break it up into smaller chunks like that, it doesn't seem as intimidating. You know, you're eating that elephant one bite at a time. And I'm also going to stick with the 2 mile kind of intervals, right? Is do 2 miles and then take a break. At the next 2 mile mark, take a break, so on and so forth. I kind of like that too. That way I don't burn out and blow up. So here we are at the start of the trail, and I'm gonna get this done. I'm hoping to get to wrap this up in like 3 hours. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. So I lied. I didn't go out 6 and back 6. I went out the full 8.5. Don't know why, other than I was feeling good. And this is the farthest I have ever been on this trail. So this trail that I run on, it used to be a railroad track, freight track, and they shut it down many years ago, and the land that comprised the track, it returned to ownership of the state, or it was always ownership of the state, I'm not sure. And there was an initiative, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, about that. to convert all of these old, no longer in use railroad tracks as our, the railroad lines rather, as biking and walking and running trails. And I am fortunate enough to have one that's right by my house. So that's what I use. And this is the farthest I've ever been on the trail. So whenever they were putting the trail in, it stopped at a certain point that's a little bit further up that way. And that was always, you know, the farthest I had ever been. I think a couple of years ago, they continued the construction and extended it further to the, what is this? It's kind of, gotta get my bearings. I'm over here. I think that direction is north. So if I'm running that way, that's gonna be north and east. So that's the farthest east I've been on the trail. And whenever I turned around at 8.5, I was right at 1 hour and 28 minutes. I don't know what that is average pace wise, but if I keep it up, that puts me right on pace with my 3 hours that I was hoping to get finished in. I don't know if I'll make it. I usually fizzle out the last few miles, but we'll see. Now, what I want to do is, since I talk about them so much on my vlog, I want to ask a question of Len Testa and Jim Hill on the Disney Dish podcast. Dear Len and Jim, my name is Jared, and I am coming to you from the It's the Journey vlog, which has been following my training process and progress for Dopey 2022. I talk about you guys a lot on my vlog because I listen to you as I run, and I ask, you know, theoretical questions. Well, I want to ask you a question in real life, or IRL as the kids say these days. It's recently come to my attention that Disney will be releasing a series of collectible NFT next week. My question is, what is the purpose of a collectible NFT? I understand NFT, Bitcoin, if you will, as a currency, but I don't get the purpose of a collectible NFT. From my understanding, they will be releasing digital figurines, potentially digital artwork, digital posters, collectibles that traditionally have a physical presence, which I do understand. The reason why I want to have a collectible or a series of collectibles is so that I can look at them, touch them, display them, show them off. So why would I want to collect a digital collectible? I'm interested in your thoughts and opinions. Am I just too old and don't get it? Or is this speculation and Disney trying to turn a quick buck? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks. So I want to submit that to Len and Jim and see what they say. Because, yeah, like I said, I mean, what's the point? You've got nothing to show for your investment. And there is, in my understanding, or the way I interpret it, there is no recursive value to having these, owning these. Anyway, on with the show. I have to go back 8.5 miles that way to finish up. Hopefully I make it. Wish me luck. Did you ever have one of those runs that was good and bad? I think that qualifies. To the Len and Jim question, if I get a response I will update in the show notes what their response is. Oh yeah, so it was 17 miles. Where are we here? 3 hours, 15 minutes, 13 seconds, 11 minute, 27 average pace. Not too bad. I mean, I guessed at the outset that I was gonna do like 3 hours. At the turnaround, I was at an hour and a half. No, I wouldn't finish real strong, and that's how it turned out. Looking ahead, next week is back-to-backs on the weekend again, 8.5 and 20. Not looking forward to that, but we got to do it. So, with that said, I'm signing off. Thank you for watching It's the Journey. If you care to, subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that if you're here, thank you. See you next time.